Hey everyone, my name's Dominic and I'll be showing you how to make your videos and video podcasts accessible to the blind and visually impaired. We'll be using iMovie, which came with your Mac, and Subler, which is free software, the link to which I will include at the end of this video. First, let me show you the clip that we'll be working with.
Hello.
Now, if you were a blind person, it might have been a little bit difficult to tell exactly what was going on in that video. So we want to include enough description to keep everybody on the same page, but without interrupting the content. This brings us to step 1. Write a script describing what's going on in your video. You can do this on a pen and paper, or you can do this in Pages or Notepad or anything that you like, as long as you can read it comfortably later. Now, I usually watch the video and type as I'm watching, but since this is a short clip, I was able to type it from memory. You may want to watch your video, type it out, and take as much time as you need to make sure that you've included the details that you want to include in your description. Step 2. Record yourself reading the script. Now you can use whatever software you like for this. I used QuickTime because it came installed on my Mac, but you can use basically anything that will leave you with an audio file. Now I'm going to read and record the script that I typed out. Now you can record the entire script in one long uninterrupted recording if you like, or you can break it into parts. Since this one is short, I'm going to just keep on reading and then stop the recording when I've read the entire script. We see a girl sitting in front of a white background. She's holding a glass of water. She takes a drink. She smiles and waves at the camera. So this is the project that we're going to be working with. First, I take the audio file that I just recorded and drag it into iMovie. iMovie automatically represents it as a sound. At this point, I can just drop it anywhere in the project. The green bar that our sound file has become is called a waveform because we can see our spoken descriptions and other sounds we made represented by what look like little green waves. The trick is to isolate the descriptions and remove the silences, pauses, or other sounds not adding to the description, and then line them up with the corresponding parts of the video. We can do this by shortening the sound clip where there's silence, and by right-clicking the sound clip and choosing Split Clip so we can cut it into smaller, more manageable pieces. You'll probably want to play the clip several times to make sure that your descriptions and the audio from the video aren't overlapping. Here's what the project looked like before we added audio descriptions.
Hello.
Here's what it looks like now. We see a girl sitting in front of a white background. She's holding a glass of water. She takes a drink.
Hello.
She smiles and waves at the camera. It's important to note that the descriptions do not have to sync perfectly with the video. In most cases, there's going to be a lot of things going on in your movie, and you will not be able to describe things the moment they happen. Sometimes, your descriptions will come a little bit early or a little bit late, and that's okay. Just make sure you get the important descriptions in as close as possible to the actual happenings in the video. As a rule of thumb, video content should take precedence over the audio description, so try to preserve the original content as best you can, but fit the description in wherever possible. In some cases, it may be necessary to re-record your descriptions to make them a little bit shorter, or to speak slightly faster so that you can fit your descriptions more easily into your project. Step 4. Export your finished described project as a new movie. Do not overwrite your non-described original. You want to keep both files. Step 5. Download Subler. I've included the link in the description of this video, but you could also just Google it. Step 6. Open your original video file in Subler. Here I have both video files, the original and the version that I just made with audio description. What I'm going to do first is right-click on the original, select Open With, and choose Subler. Most video files consist of two parts, an audio portion and a video portion. Now what we'd like to do is add an additional audio portion. We do this by left-clicking the plus button. Next, we select our audio described video and click Open. Subler then asks us what we would like to import from this new video. The only thing that we need from this new video is the audio, so I'm going to uncheck the video portion and uncheck the metadata portion. Then click OK. The extra audio has now been added to our original file. We need to tell Subler that this is not the default audio track, and that it should only be played for people who have audio descriptions turned on in whatever video player they normally use. That way, in most cases, people who do not use described audio won't even know it's been included, and those who do use described audio can hear the descriptions that you've added. We do this by left-clicking on the Edit menu and selecting Media Characteristic Tags. We then select Described Video for Accessibility and click OK. Next, we save our new file and close Subler. Now our audio described video is complete. Here's what it will look like when you play it back. Glass of water. She takes a drink.
Hello.
Camera. You can turn English audio descriptions on or off as necessary. For people who don't use descriptions, it will be off by default. For those who do, it will be on by default. I'm using QuickTime because, again, it came with my Mac, but the iTunes podcast app, VLC, and I'm sure many more video players support described audio, so playing this video on any of those will allow you to enjoy it if it's available. I use the same methods described in this video when creating my own video podcast. iTunes supports this functionality, so you can begin making your podcast accessible right away. This was my first tutorial video, but I hope you enjoyed it. I am by no means a professional. I am just a dude who feels that accessibility should be far more widespread than it is. Anyway, please leave any questions in the comments, and like this video if you found it useful. I don't usually make tutorials, but I do like to make videos about life in Japan and gaming, so if that interests you, feel free to subscribe. Thanks for watching.